And the last tournament this week is going to be a clay tournament in Argentina. It's going to be the Argentina Open in Buenos Aires. This is a 250, not a 500, a little bit of a wild card. I'll be curious to see who's playing on the clay, who decided to go down to South America and play in the clay court tournaments leading up to the Sunshine Double. So let's see. Let's look back at last year, 2025. And so last year, the semifinals were Francisco Cerundolo defeating Pedro Martinez and Joao Fonseca defeating Laszlo Jerry. Before Joao Fonseca defeated Francisco Cerundolo in straight sets in the final. So as we look towards this year's tournament, let's look at the seeds first. And to start, we have Francisco Cerundolo as the 1 seed, Luciano Darderi as a 2 seed, Joao Fonseca as a 3, Sebastian Baez, Daniel Altmaier, Camilo Ugo Carabelli, Tomas Martin Echeverri, and Matteo Berrettini in at the 8 seed. So as we head towards the draw, it is to note there are 28 players in this tournament, so that leads to buys for the top 4 players. And to start, we'll see that the seeds that are matched up against each other is going to be Cerundolo and Berrettini, and then Fonseca and Echeverri. We also got Zumor, Barena, Kopriva, Cordia in the first section, and Diaz Acosta, Tabilo, Buruchaga, Jere, and Echeverri in the bottom section of the top half. I think the seeds are quite strong in this one, and I don't really see any of the players, the non-seeded players, causing many issues. I do expect the quarterfinals, to be honest, to be Cerundolo, Berrettini, and Fonseca Echeverri. I would like to point out that Berrettini is a little bit of a variable in this one because there are some concerns about his health. You had to pull out of the Australian Open, so could be a little bit sketchy for Berrettini, and is facing off against a hometown player in Korea. With that, I'll be taking Francisco Cerundolo versus Berrettini in the quarterfinals. I'll be taking Francisco Cerundolo to win that matchup and to make it to the semifinals. And then in the bottom part of this, I will have Fonseca versus Echeverri. To watch out for Tabilo in that one. Possibly could be a tough second round opponent for Fonseca, or first game for Fonseca, second round of the tournament for Fonseca. And I will be having Fonseca Echeverri quarterfinal, and I'll actually be taking Echeverri in the quarterfinal, leading to an all Argentinian tie in the semifinals. And then on the bottom half, got Sebastian Baez matched up with Ugo Carabelli. A lot of Argentinians in this part of the draw. And then also in the bottom section of the bottom half, we got Darderi and Altmaier. Overall, I feel a pretty good section for Luciano Darderi. Might have to face possibly Garin in the second round, but I do expect Darderi to do well in that one. Overall, I definitely have Darderi going to the semifinals in this one, and he in the quarterfinals, possibly facing off against Juan Manuel Cerundolo. But I'll be taking Darderi to make it to the semifinals in the bottom section, the bottom half, in the top section of the bottom half. Sebastian Baez is definitely the biggest name in this section, and I would expect him to make it all the way to the semifinals. Some players that could possibly, any of the Carabelli, Comensana, Navone, Navambuse, they're all good players, solid players. But the way Baez started the season and the way he and his prominence on clay, it's hard to pick against him right now. So I would be taking Baez to make it to the semifinal. And let's say he will be facing off against Ugo Carabelli in the quarterfinal, leading to the chance for Ugo Carabelli or Comensana to face all Argentinians until the semifinal. So that leads to some very interesting clay court matchups in the semifinals, which I would have Francisco Cerundolo versus Echeverri, so all Argentinian semifinal tie. And then I would have Sebastian Baez versus Luciano Darderi. Now, let's start off with the first one, Cerundolo versus Echeverri. I will actually be taking Echeverri to make a final, and this one, really would be a coin flip in my opinion in this one. But I will give the slight lean towards Echeverri. It really is a coin flip. It could go either way, to be honest. And then in the bottom half, Sebastian Baez versus Luciano Darderi. I will be going with Sebastian Baez, and I'll actually be going with Sebastian Baez to win the this tournament. He's been playing incredibly well, had a great United Cup, and has been showing a lot of good performances on his less favorite surface on the hard courts. And now he's going to the clay courts, his favorite surface. So I expect him to do well. I expect this to also be a tournament that he definitely circles on the calendar before the season. You know, his home tournament. Definitely one that he definitely wants to win. I expect the Argentinians to do very well in this tournament. No surprise. There's a lot of them in it, and there are a lot of good players. So yeah, so I'll be taking Sebastian Baez to win the to ATP Buenos Aires 250.